met her in the fall. He took her to a movie, and when they done it all, he took her to a movie.
Hello and welcome to this special edition of the Fabulous Picture Show. I'm Amanda Palmer. The independent filmmakers we often have here talk about the difficulties of making films, from scripting to finding funding to distribution. But Iraqi director Mohamed Al-Daradji, well, he had difficulties of a completely different magnitude. To make his film Ahlaam, he was kidnapped, tortured and almost executed. Mohamed filmed Ahlam in the war zone of Baghdad in 2004. His film paints a vivid picture of Iraq during the recent invasion through the eyes of 3 people at a Baghdad asylum. The film's earned international recognition, but Mohamed told our cinema audience that his cast and crew have never seen it.
We are hoping I'm going to head to Baghdad somehow in the coming times to screen the film, and I don't want to say when.
Well, Mohamed did go back to Baghdad with Ahlam, and this is a film about his journey.
I had to travel to Syria first because there had been not any direct flight to Iraq since the Gulf War in 1991. I know I'm crazy to be making a documentary in the war zone, but it's something I have to do it to complete the journey of Ahlam. The film Ahlam showing how difficult it was for many Iraqis to live under Saddam Hussein regime and the fallout. Telling this side of the story is still for me dangerous, even today. I have to be sure I am always with people I trust. For me, Damascus is a peaceful city, beautiful. It's a place very much how I remember Baghdad before the war. Good morning. From now I will be in Baghdad. If you notice something, my hair has been changed actually. I cut my hair because my hair before was can't bring attention. From now on, I have to keep low profile. After 2.5 years, I am finally returned to Baghdad, the true home of my film Ahlam, which is in Arabic for dreams. It feels like I have never been away. This part of the journey, when my heart is exploding with nerves. I'm really looking forward to see my family and my friends again. But I'm also thinking about Ahlam and how it will be received by the Iraqi people. I now live abroad, and it's been heartbreaking to see Baghdad reported on the newspaper and on the television. This is the city I grown up in, a city I fled because of the war, a city now in chaos. When I filmed Ahlam here in 2004, my country was already in the war zone. But now, it's even more dangerous. I have lost so many people very close to me already. Under Saddam, 4 of my relatives were killed. And the recent year, 2 of Ahlam crew members have died. Over 100 people on average are killed every day in Baghdad. I wonder how many people will lose their life while I'm here.
يوم نجحت يوم نجحت يوم نجحت.
I haven't visited my mom for such a long time. Seeing her was an emotional moment.
لا ما حكيت أنا ما حكيت وين حكيت أنا؟
I didn't film our family reunion. I'm feeling very protective of them and my home.
That's my brother and the producer, Atiyah, with his kids. I just told my mom that I'm here to screen Ahlaam. She is very upset.
كل واحد يعرض له فيلم يقتلونه. ذولاك ولاد ابو شو اسمه هذا ابو سلام، اثنينهم كانوا ولد صحفيين مشين، فالشرطه والسوري خافوا شرطه.
يعني نعرض لو ما نعرض احنا؟
لا والله ما تعرض بغداد. تعرض كل دوله بس بغداد ما تعرض.
بس هاي الناس اللي تعبت او الممثلين والناس الفنيين اللي اشتغلوا بالفيلم. وانا اشتغلت ببغداد. غير دول الناس، غير يشوفون حقهم، غير يشوفون التعب مالتهم.
اشتغلت ببغداد انشرحت حياتك.
During the filming of Ahlaam, myself and 3 crew members were kidnapped twice in one day. I thought we were going to die, but a police siren saved us from execution. We were then handed over to the American in the green zone, where I spent 4 nights in maximum security prison.
على شعب التفجيرات.
يا تفجيرات؟
مالت السيديه.
شلون ايش في صار عليه؟
عبرت عليهم سياره مفجره وفجرتهم. وخخه.
My cousin Ala was badly injured in the recent car bomb. He's a policeman and just 23 years old.
يا ابني والله خافا عليكم يا يما.
خطوة الألف مين تبدي بمين واحد والله كريم.
الله يعطيك الشر. هذا حق علينا، ما بينا حيل بعد، احنا نهل علينا.
She's not happy. And I'm not sure if I would like to screen the film if my mother is not happy. When we were filming this scene, I was amazed by the natural light and the calmness of the Baghdad's river tigers. I've spent a lot of time here, and I can't believe this bridge has now gone.
A brazen attack on a Baghdad landmark, one of the city's most famous bridges, smashed to pieces by a suicide truck bomb. Witnesses said cars were sent tumbling into the water as the Al Sarafia bridge collapsed.
My family won't allow me to leave the house for the fear that I might get hurt. It's like being under house arrest, but by your mom. I'm desperate to see the city that I love. Despite the continued attacks, people have to get on with their everyday lives. My nephew Hassan and my brother Atiyah are helping me to prepare for the screening. Every person invited has been personally selected for the security reason. Big groups of people in Baghdad has to be closely guarded. They are prime target for attacks. This is another thing I have to think about during the screening of my film. This is my 3rd day, by the way, in Baghdad. I have been not outside home because my mother not allowed me to do anything. I still have the problem with my mother. But the very important, I am going to meet my favorite actors. Mohammed is one of my best friends, and he is a famous Iraqi actor. In Ahlam, my friend playing young doctor discriminated against because his father was a communist.
دكتور مهدي منسب جديد.
He ended up working in the mental institution.
بشير عزيزي.
This is Bashir al-Majid. Bashir played an Iraqi soldier who was unfairly punished for desertion and put in asylum.
شنو رايك علي لو نكون اصدقاء انا وياك؟ ها؟ اصير صاحبي، زين؟ بس على شرط تقول لي اسمك.
انا علي حسين.
اي انت علي حسن.
حسن صديقي.
ايش بيه حسن؟
لا انا علي.
اي
شوف مفاجأة. Bashir, he won the best actor in Brooklyn Film Festival, and he won the best actor in Kurtaj Film Festival in Tunisia. He was in prison under the Saddam regime, and he never acted before. And but I heard very bad news about Bashir in the last year, happened after the screen, after the finishing the film.
يعني عمليا تقريبا عام طويل ومهجر من بيته، عفت بيته، يعني حتى الأثاث ما قدرت أنقله. هاي الطائفية
شنو جو قالوا لك يعني كنت طلع له شنو صار بالضبط؟
إيه إحنا كان بيت يعني هناك تركوا أوراق ذبوه يعني بالبيت مالتنا. فما لحقت حتى يعني أنقل أثاث البيت أو شيء، بعدين لازم أأجر الإيجار يكلفني بالوقت الحاضر وكذا.
أنت راجع هسه؟
إيه فاضطريت أقعد ويا بيت أختي يعني أسويها بنفس البيت وما أعرف.
I'm so sad to hear that my good friends do not know their future.
ما تعرف راح ترجع لانه انت باي لحظه تصير مفخخه، باي لحظه يصير انفجار، باي لحظه تجيك اي طلقه ما تعرف مصدرها شنو وتروح بها. بس هذا انه انت يعني من تظل تقلق وما راح يعني راح تتوقف الحياه عندك. تعرف شلون؟ يعني ما راح تسوي اي شيء. انا كنا معظم الفنانين طالعين بسوريا، الوحيد انا اللي باقي او عدد قليل، فيقول قلت لهم انا ما اطلع.
نعم.
انا ما اطلع من العراق. ما
على العموم انت احكينا عنك شو اخبارك؟
نعرض الفيلم بغداد وهسه عندي مشكلتي ويا والدتي. هسه يعني بدينا نقنعها يوم بعد يوم. When we made Ahlam, we want to rebuild Iraqi cinema. There were not many good Iraqi films when I was growing up. And always I knew I want to be a director. But today, there is practically no film industry here. This is one of the only 4 cinemas left in Iraq.
السينما العراقية زمان كانت هي طليعة بالنسبة للسينمات الشرق الأوسط. السينما كانت في بغداد، يعني العالم منطلق إلى شارع الرشيد، نقدر نقول هذا شارع الملوك. انتهت السينمات الليبية، اندثرت.
Before Saddam, the 40s, 50s and the 60s were a golden time for Iraqi cinema.
حرامي عندنا بالبيت. حرامي ببيته معبي. شكو. حرامي ببيته معبي. وملطفية قعدي.
Under Saddam, films like The Long Days were used for his propaganda and people stopped going to the movies.
حنامي.
I went to Holland to study filmmaking because there has not been any production in Iraq since the UN sanction in 1990.
فيلم أحلام أو غيره من الإنتاجات الشابة، دول الشباب يبشرون بخير.
Despite my mom's concern, I still need to make sure it is technically possible to show my film here. A lot of film equipment is unreliable and hardly used. The United Nations sanction even banned film processing chemical in Iraq, believing that they could be used for chemical weapons. And when I filmed Ahlam, I used the only 35mm camera left in the country. I can't imagine the last time this projector was used, but could all go horribly wrong.